Peace everyone, this is Kashin, Mailman Muscle. I'm leaving my house on my way to the gym. So this part of the video is going to be pretty short. I only live a couple of minutes away from the nearest Planet Fitness. Not my favorite out of the gyms I go to, even out of the Planet Fitness locations that I go to, but it's close to home, so it'll have to do. Hey, thanks for watching. A lot has happened since the last video that I posted. If you check any of my video history, you will see that I was training for my first bodybuilding competition. I've been powerlifting. Gosh, this thing looks crooked. I've been powerlifting for 15 years prior to that, and at the beginning of this year, 2024, I decided to finally stop procrastinating on something I've really wanted to try, but been afraid to or hesitant to for one reason or another. And I did a show on May 11th. It was OCB, the Conquer, natural bodybuilding show, drug tested. I entered 3 divisions. I entered the debut division, the Masters 40 Plus, and the open division. There were so many bodybuilders at this show, which is kind of an unusual. It's against the trend in it seems like at least OCB to have a lot of guys in men's bodybuilding, but there were enough that they actually had 2 classes of open bodybuilders. So that was actually pretty cool. It was a much more competitive field, and there were 7 guys in the Masters 40 Plus. So anyway, as fate and divine providence would have it, I won. I won the Masters anyway. I won the Masters 40 Plus. I won the debut, and I came in second in my open class. And by winning the Masters 40 Plus with a large enough field, I actually won a pro card in the OCB. So and my drug test results just came back. Let me be a little more clear. They do a polygraph test of everyone before the show, and then if you win a pro card, or I guess if you're in the pro show and you finish in the top 3, I guess those are the money spots. You have to submit a urinalysis sample after the show. And when I say after the show, I mean like immediately after they gave me my trophy. The dude was backstage waiting for me and like, all right, come with me. And so anyway, yeah, I got a pro card. And so now my next target is, as fate would have this, there is a Masters Pro show in Baltimore in October. So that's my plan, to compete at this show. It's the OCB Chesapeake Classic. It's just for Masters competitors, and they're doing 4 divisions for the pros. There's an amateur side to the show, and I guess they have everything there, all of the men's and women's divisions. But on the pro side, they have Masters, women's, I don't remember which 2 they're having, but it's 2 women's, 2 men, and one of the men is bodybuilding. So I'll get to test the pro waters in OCB against other old heads like me. If you're not familiar with the channel or myself, by the way, I'm 48. So when I say old head, I'm not being, I'm not trying to be, mean or anything like that. I'm right in there with everybody else. So that's what I've been up to, and that's what I'm training for now. So I'm about to go into the gym. I'm a couple of blocks away, and it's going to be an upper body day. So I guess I'll go ahead and take you guys in the gym, and I don't know if I'll tack that on to this video, keep it the same video, and or upload it as a separate one. Actually, I guess I might as well go ahead and upload it, or keep it as part of this one. I don't know. Anyway, let's get to it, guys. So look, if there's anything that my experience can help you all with, whether that's competitive bodybuilding or not, the dieting part was pretty intense. I ended up losing 30 pounds in 4 months and got pretty lean. So if anything along those lines can help, I mean, I'll try to get to this stuff in future videos because I really want to put more time and effort into my channel. If that kind of stuff can help, leave a comment, let me know. If the training side can help, leave a comment, let me know. If contest prep, what I did to get ready and what I'm going to do for this next show, if that would be useful or of interest to you, let me know. Whichever or whatever, whatever you think I can be of most use to you with. The name of the channel, Mailman Muscle, it is not a clever name. I mean, I really am a mailman. I've been doing this for 18 years. So I work a physical job. So, manual labor and powerlifting, manual labor and bodybuilding, strength training. If something along those lines, not having enough sleep and managing, juggling your family with training, any of that kind of thing. Go ahead and leave a comment, question, and give me a heads up on what kind of videos you might like to see. But in the meantime, I'll just start cranking stuff out as it comes along. So, as I said, I'm here. I had to stop the video for a minute, but so you can see, I'm here. So let me go in and we're going to get started in this gym. Make sure, if you haven't, by the way, if you haven't done it yet, click the like button, click the subscribe button, help your brother out, and let's go get the gains and put in this work. All right, for context, in this workout, I'm about 17 weeks out from my first Natural Pro bodybuilding show. This is an upper body workout. I did 7 different exercises in this workout in the span of about 55 minutes, I believe. You're only going to see clips from 6 of them in this video, and that's because I just didn't have the camera set up well for the one that you're not going to see, which was just a set of pull-ups. Now, if that sounds like a lot of exercises to do in a pretty short amount of time, that's because it is. I don't do a high volume of work. I lean more towards the intensity side of things. I try to drive progress through load and intensity more than volume, and that's been born out of necessity. Again, this channel is called Mailman Muscle. I work a lot of hours on that job, and so I just don't have a lot of time or energy left to train. So I've figured out a way that works pretty well, and it may work well for you too if you find that you're short on time, short on energy, or you have plenty of time and energy, but you just don't feel like spending it all at the gym. So on an exercise like this is the Arnold press. This has been a staple of mine for the last few months. I really picked it up during the prep for my first show, and I really enjoy the progress that I've made. I think they made a big difference in the strength and appearance of my shoulders. So I lead off with them, and what has become pretty normal for me on exercises like this, meaning compound exercises, I do 2 working sets, straight sets. I usually don't do, an intensifier like forced reps or partials or, anything like that. On compound exercises, and if you don't know, a compound exercise is where 2 or more joints are moving throughout the course of the exercise. As you see here, my shoulders and elbows are moving. So that qualifies this as a compound, whereas you'll see others that are isolation moves later. Just one joint is moving at a time. So here comes one of them now, the rear delt machine. And this one, on isolation movements, I actually only do 1 working set for the most part. A lot of times for movements like this, I will add an intensifier, and by intensifier, I mean something to extend the set, a drop set, doing the set in rest pause fashion or myo reps fashion, or doing partials at the end, something like that. But I'm not going to do them for this rear delt exercise because I'm going to do back training in this workout as well. and the rear delts take a hit when you're doing rows and pull-ups or pull-downs, that sort of thing. So I did not want to, kind of wear out the rear delt here. I figured they would get another dose when I got to those exercises. So just one straight set for them, and then turn right around on the same machine and hit the pec deck. I'm only showing you my work sets for the sake of time. If you'd like me to go more in depth and show you the warm-ups, I'd be glad to do that also. Just drop a comment and let me know. But what I'm doing here is going to be a drop set. And whether I'm doing a drop set or rest pause, I tend to do 3 rounds of those. That's something I really picked up from DC training, or dog crap training, which is what DC stands for. There's nothing magical about it. You could do 2 rounds, and sometimes I will. You could do 4 rounds, I suppose, or just keep going until you absolutely cannot get another rep. Also, in case you didn't notice, yes, I did speed up the video during that rest period when I changed the weight. I just figured save a few seconds. You don't really need to or want to see me just moving around changing pins. And depending on how long you've been training, where you are on the novice, intermediate, advanced spectrum, doing some of these intensifiers and set extenders may not be the best idea for you. You may just want to go ahead with straight sets. You could still get an incredible training and growth effect from that, and you could still do it in a short period of time. In fact, you could probably do it in even less time than it takes me, because you're not extending a set. You're just pushing it until you can't get any more quality reps, and then you shut it down and move on to the next thing that you have to do in that day. Also, depending on where you are on that spectrum, you may not need to do as many exercises as I'm doing. I'm getting ready for a bodybuilding show. If you've only been training for a few months or a few days, or you're just getting started, you don't need to do this many exercises in any one workout. You just don't. A few of these will suffice, and actually a couple of these I wouldn't even do. If you're just getting started, I wouldn't even bother with the rear delts. If you're just getting started, I wouldn't more than likely do the pec deck either. I would just put a chest press in there, or you can do a dip like you're going to see me do in just a little bit, or you can do the pull-up, which I did in this workout, but unfortunately I didn't get caught on camera. So here I'm back to a compound movement. So once again, this is 2 working sets, but what you'll notice is that on exercises where it's possible, I'll change up the grip or hand or leg or some kind of positioning. I'll try to change things up a bit when I can, when it's practical, just to hit muscles from different angles and in slightly different movement patterns. So as you can see, I had a wider overhand grip on the first working set. On this one, it's a more narrow underhand grip. I don't know that I would say this is really, really narrow. It's more narrow than it was. Let's call it medium. But this is going to be the second work set, and I believe I actually dropped the weight a little bit from the first set on this one because I didn't want my rep range to get too low. I think I did 9 reps on the first set, and I knew that I wouldn't be able to get 9 again. So I thought it'd be better off just to take a little weight off so I could still get the reps I wanted. Here, this machine, by the way, does have a pad on it that's attached to a weight stack, so that if you're unable to do body weight dips or body weight pull-ups, this machine will help you do those movements and help you progress until you can do them with just your body weight. Or if you can do them with your body weight, but you wanted to do a drop set, so you start with your body weight and you do as many reps as you can, then you pull the pad up and do some extra reps once you give yourself a little boost from the assisted weight stack. That's an option as well. But that was just one straight set. Again, compound, it's a compound movement, but because I was deep into the workout and was just trying to get a little extra work in because I saw I was making really good time, I went ahead and knocked out a set of pull-ups and a set of dips. This ab machine, there's one like this in every Planet Fitness, and there's a similar one at Gold's Gym. This has been my mainstay for abdominals for at least the last 6 months. I will typically do these in rest pause fashion also, but this time I actually dropped the weight after the first round and then did a few clusters of just 5 reps each to close this out. I almost always do abdominals last. There are some movements where you're going to have to brace yourself, earlier in the workout, so I don't want to have my abs worn out before I hit those bigger movements. They're always done as a finisher, and so far so good. But this is the end of the workout, and as you can see, there's not a lot of fancy stuff happening here. Basic movements, pushed very hard, as heavy as possible, as safely as possible, and done over and over again. It works for me, and it's worked for thousands and probably millions of people before. A lot of time is not necessary to make the strength and muscle gains that almost anybody watching a video like this on YouTube is looking for. If you're talking about being highly competitive in powerlifting, or a bodybuilding pro who's headed for the Olympia stage, maybe you gotta do something different. Even though Dorian Yates would tell you, you're crazy, you don't have to do anything different. But thank you all for watching. I appreciate your time. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what else you'd like to see me cover, and I'll get to it in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.